Check this out. I know you have always dreamed of performing in Carnegie Hall, so I think this 2023 to 2024 season at Sound Espressivo will be perfect for you. As a platform, we host live online auditions so you can share your music with the entire world. Then we send you to incredible in-person venues like Carnegie Hall so you can perform solo, as a duo, as an ensemble, and with orchestra. This year we have a total of 4 gala events at Carnegie Hall, as well as 4 different opportunities to perform with orchestras in the US, in the Czech Republic, and even in Egypt. We want to help you fulfill your musical dreams. Go to soundespressivocompetition.com to check out our season and to apply. Adalia, that was fantastic. And kudos also to your wonderful accompanist and collaborative pianist for playing the orchestra part. A big hand to you as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, there we go. As a pianist, we want to make sure everybody gets credit for what they do. So thank you for this wonderful performance. I love this concerto so much, and you play it so beautifully and so powerfully. Let's have Devon first. Devon, would you like to give some comments to Adalia?
Yeah, thank you, Adalia. That was wonderful. I'm with Chris. This is one of my favorites, and I mean, any Beethoven is pretty epic, and it's hard to get much better than that. I thought the overall structure was wonderful. The changes in character, the clarity of tempo for the orchestra to follow, that was all very clear. One just overall thing that you might consider is Beethoven. I don't think he gave a metronome marking for this concerto, but overall, like, we have to look at the indications at the beginning, and he does say Allegro con brio. He didn't just say Allegro con brio, so that indicates a little more liveliness. Obviously, you have the C minor, portion that you want to bring out that dramatic kind of dark side of what Beethoven was trying to create. But I would consider the cut time that he puts it in is not common time, so cut time would be more of a lighter two beat, as opposed to feeling the four in each bar, 1, 2. We really, so maybe it's a little faster. I don't think it's even faster. It's more just about your interpretation, your overall feeling of the whole arc of the piece, and how can that be more of a cut time as opposed to a common time, with maybe Allegro con brio, as opposed to, because I've done this concerto a couple times, and it can get a little bit heavy with the orchestra if it feels too much in 4. And that's, I don't think, because Beethoven's coming out of idolizing Mozart. So this is really Mozartian, but this is where, the Third Symphony, Fifth Symphony, where he's making his transitions out of classical music into romantic music. One more thing I had. Yeah, and just a little bit, I would connect more with whoever it is, whether it be your accompanist or the conductor or the orchestra coming out of the cadenza. So this is not, there are challenging places to catch for the conductor and the orchestra, like the Fifth Concerto, it's a little more, but even though here, you want to at least have a look or just acknowledgement that the orchestra is coming in here out of the cadenza. Thank you. Very, very well done overall.
Thank you, Devon. Next, we have Nicole.
Brava, Adalia. Just a pleasure to listen to you play today. And I have to comment, you have the most captivating camera angle, because it was really fun to watch your, I don't know if the other judges saw this too, I'm sure they were, to just see your reflection. And it was like a study. It was lovely. It was lovely to watch that. So maybe that was accidental, maybe it was intentional, but it was really a pleasure. I did write a couple of things down. You obviously love these phrases. I can hear the maturity in the phrases. And there's some very beautiful areas, but actually it's funny that it was already mentioned by Devon, but I actually wrote the words arc of the piece in my comments as well. So I'm thinking there are times I just got a little tiny bit lost, like maybe in the architecture, and I don't have a score in front of me. So that makes perfect sense. It could be a 4 versus a cut time, just like moving forward feel. But again, there's also moments of just devastating beauty that you've clearly really understand the phrases and you're really, really playing them well. So I don't, it's not, I don't want to sound very negative, because I very much enjoyed your performance, but it's a comment to grow on, possibly to be looking toward that study. And I'm guessing that since you're auditioning for a concerto competition, that you probably haven't played this with an orchestra. And so that will probably inform so that'll probably inform your performance a lot more as you grow as a player, just the give and take that you have to do, and that experience as well. So what else did I write down? Oh yeah, and again, say especially the soli sections, just a little bit with dynamics, making sure that we're building when we have a repeated note, that we're really reaching for the next thing. But really, really wonderful performance. Can't say enough about how wonderful it was to listen to you and hear you today. Thank you.
Great insight. Thank you so much, Nicole. And last but not least, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to echo what everybody else has said. It was outstanding. It was wonderful. Also, thanks to your collaborator. Without amazing collaborators, we would be really pretty boring. But yeah, it was great. I loved how you rode the line of classical transitioning to romantic period, mid Beethoven style. I thought it was great. I loved your especially the first piano that you have, that shift in character was really great. My only constructive comment is echoing what Devin said about really trying to feel it in two so it doesn't get bogged down and it has a really nice flow. But I mean, overall, it was really great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic comments. Thank you, everybody, for their insight. I also want to say that in terms of the microphone, and what you were able to, how you got the sound through. I thought the piano sounded fantastic. It's really wonderful. Sometimes we get people who play and the sound is not as wonderful, and then the microphones have a big part in that, whether it's us speaking or whether it is with the pianos. Yeah, it's really wonderful that you've invested in microphones or in the setup that really makes you sound the best that you can. Do you have any comments or any suggestions or any, not suggestions, I guess, but any feedback for the judges that you want to say?
I mean, I just wanted to say, like, really thank you to the tech guys for helping me with this. It was a really long process, like getting it coordinated, but I'm so glad that it worked out. So then I could use this microphone, which, yeah, you said like I invested in, and also just thank you for the opportunity to perform for you guys.
Yeah, that was a really fantastic performance, and I think the microphones were a wonderful investment. I know they're not cheap, so bravo on that, and hooking it up and everything. It's really worthwhile investing, I think. Just in terms of if you want to stream later on in the future, or when you want to record yourself, it's always really good to know this and have good tech with you. So fantastic, Adalia. I wish you all the best. I look forward to hearing you more in the future. Move on to our next contestant.
Check this out. I know you have always dreamed of performing in Carnegie Hall. So I think this 2023 to 2024 season at Sound Espressivo will be perfect for you. As a platform, we host live online auditions so you can share your music with the entire world. Then we send you to incredible in-person venues like Carnegie Hall so you can perform solo, as a duo, as an ensemble, and with orchestra. This year we have a total of 4 gala events at Carnegie Hall, as well as 4 different opportunities to perform with orchestras in the US, in the Czech Republic, and even in Egypt. We want to help you fulfill your musical dreams. Go to soundespressivocompetition.com to check out our season and
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rasha. We'll look forward to hearing you on the virtual stage again. Thank you for bringing the Mendelssohn Concerto to us, the first movement. You were fantastic. And our next contestant is going to be playing the bassoon for us. He's playing, Austin Vitello is playing Vivaldi Concerto in E minor. He's playing the whole thing, I believe. There's 3 movements, first being Allegro poco, the second being Andante, and the third movement, Allegro. Austin, the stage is yours. Please enjoy.
Bravo, Austin. So wonderful to hear you. First, we have Andrew giving his comments and bring the judges on. Thank you.
Wonderful job. Yeah, I think your agility and ability to swiftly move through all these fast passages is really impressive. How old are you?
I'm 15.
15, great. Awesome. Yeah, it sounds great. I just have one general comment of, and especially for the second and third movements, trying to feel the pulse in in larger groups. For instance, in the second movement, in moments, it felt like you were counting it in 8 or feeling it in 8. And I think if you keep it in 4, it'll help create longer lines and longer phrases. And then in the last movement, I think if you could feel it in 1, it would help give that like more buoyancy and fluidness throughout the whole movement. But overall, I think it's great. It's really impressive. Bassoon is one of my favorite and also hardest instruments to play in the orchestra. So congratulations. It sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Austin, and thank you, Andrew, for your comments. Next, we have Devin.
Great job, Austin. So what area are you in the United States? What area are you in?
I'm in New York.
New York. Okay, cool. And you're playing in like your high school orchestra, youth orchestra, all that?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was going to say when Andrew asked you your age, that's pretty impressive for you to have that kind of technique as a bassoonist at that age. And I just encourage you just to keep it up and keep, going to orchestral performances in New York, seeing different orchestras, different conductors, reaching out to bassoonists in those orchestras, working on orchestral excerpts as well as solo stuff. I wanted to ask you, in terms of Vivaldi, what kind of music do you think was really prevalent at the time that this concerto is similar to? Do you think it's like string quartets, symphonies, operas, violin solo works?
It's mostly like smaller chamber ensembles.
Yeah, chamber ensembles. And I would also say opera was very prevalent at the time. So this kind of music was designed to evoke different moods and feelings and tell stories. So I would maybe, as the music changes, whether it's fast or slow or staccato or longer lines, I would have a picture like drama, like what are you trying to express to the audience? And that I think will take your music to the next level. So it's more compelling if you have a story in your head for every single note or phrase you're playing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Cool. Great work, though. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Next, we have Nicole.
Bravo, Austin. Just a joy to hear you play today. I just really, really enjoyed it very much. Outstanding technique and flexibility. I'm guessing you've been told that before and you clearly work on it. So it's so virtuosic and it's so nice. And I really cannot believe that you are 15. So that is outstanding. I also wrote down something you have as you're playing. It just seems like an obvious knowledge of having done this, like with a pianist or something. I know that you're not playing with one today, but I really appreciate that. Always do that. Always study that so that you can feel, what is going on in the rests and what the other lines are. Just a general suggestion. I'm a little bit curious though, because just about as a wind player, just about every double reed player I know has switched from something to bassoon or from something to oboe. What did you always play bassoon or did you switch from something else?
I've always played bassoon.
Do you play anything else? Like, do you play saxophone or anything in jazz ensemble or anything? I'm just curious.
No, I don't.
No, okay. Well, you've got amazing fingers that are just for the bassoon then, obviously, because it's just outstanding. You must have a great like practice routine. And I'm just saying this to encourage other young people out there to do that as well, because it's very impressive to be that virtuosic and to be that nimble on your instrument. So congratulations. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Austin, do you have anything to add or to ask the judges? Any comments?
No, I do not.
Okay, wonderful, Austin. Thank you so much for being part of our show. Thanks for being part of these auditions. We look forward to hearing you more in the future. And judges, thank you for your wonderful feedback. And so nice to have this sort of interaction with our contestants. We're going to move on now. Check this out. I know you have always dreamed of performing in Carnegie Hall. So I think this 2023 to 2024 season at Sound Espressivo will be perfect for you. As a platform, we host live online auditions so you can share your music with the entire world. Then we send you to incredible in-person venues like Carnegie Hall so you can perform solo, as a duo, as an ensemble, and with orchestra. This year we have a total of 4 gala events at Carnegie Hall, as well as 4 different opportunities to perform with orchestras in the US, in the Czech Republic, and even in Egypt. We want to help you fulfill your musical dreams. Go to soundespressivocompetition.com to check out our season and your